Happy Halloween, everybody! Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello. Bum 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 bum. Okay, I paused the music. Hello! It's spooky day! Whee! I made Jacko Bunbot, but he kind of looks bad. I know! Whee! Hi, hi! Hello! Happy Halloween, everybody! Trick-or-treating is always the same. Same. I'm going to a Halloween party tonight, though, so that should be fun. Where's my tail? Bring it back. Bring my tail back. Ow! 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 Thank you. I changed my colors, so I was nice and Halloween-y. I gave Tamagotchi Ray Ghost 2. We both have ghosts. Thank you! My actual glasses in real life are red. So, the pink is supposed to be like a desaturated red, but my IRL glasses are red. Nice! I love colorful glasses. I do have a pair of pink glasses now, though. But I got red glasses when I was gonna dress up as Lottie from Little Witch Academia. Oh, you're fighting.
I'm a ghost. I'm gonna haunt you and scribble all over your walls with crayons.
No!
I'm a ghost. I'm gonna haunt you and scribble all over your walls with crayons.
Let me start that. But yeah, we're playing Suika game today. I'm just gonna be playing Nintendo music. Instead of
Who needs scribbling on walls when you can be in her walls?
Ah! Don't be in my walls! I need those. Hang on, let me pop out chat. Pop out the chatty boxy and move my face over here. And then move chat to the side where chat is so that it looks like I'm looking you. Hi, Dr. Brown! Thank you! I colored it all. It took me like an hour. I also colored Bunbot, but he kind of just looks like he's made of pee. And I won, so you get another one. I forgot it has to be Battle Royal because I'm stupid. There we go. Ow! Ow! Hi, Baker! Happy Halloween! Hello. Hello. You got here just in time to join the Battle Royale. I'm gonna take a sippy. Yeah, it was supposed to be pumpkin-y. He's supposed to kind of look like a pumpkin. I'll keep him for now. The farmer's market? Nice, I love farmer's market. I hope it wasn't too cold. Hope it wasn't too cold. Thank you. Can I get some hearts for Iron Belief? Thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate it. Did watermelon? Nice. Wasn't that cold by the time I got there? That's good. Everything was free since it was on campus. Nice. Yeah, Gruntilda's great. We don't have Spotify today because I'm listening to a YouTube mix. Happy Halloween, Froge! But I'm listening to this Halloween mix. If anyone wants it. Halloween party the other day recently? Nice. I'm going to a Halloween party, but it's like an outdoor Halloween party. It's like there's a place near me that does like a big Halloween get together and also has trick-or-treaters, and I'm going there. Congratulations, Ruda, for winning the Battle Royale. Took their Patrick Bateman costume really fast in like 3 days. Nice. I'm probably gonna wear my, I made a Luna from Sailor Moon cosplay, and I'm gonna probably wear that minus my wig. And I'm not gonna wear the skirt and the shoes. I'm gonna wear normal tennis shoes, but I'm gonna wear like sweatpants black sweater with like a moon on it and cat ears and a cattail. That's my plan. And hopefully it'll keep me warm. My scariest costume somehow. Nice. Nice. Oh, I forgot to make Bunbutt's closed eyes a different color. Oh, that's fine. That's okay. We're gonna play some Suika game and just vibe. So let's head on over here. Suika game! Why is Bunbutt gone? Put him back. I'll need him rest with my hotkeys, I think. I simply bought a costume to go to a party, decided not because I'm silly. Oh. You should still dress up.
Halloween hype train.
Hi, Ika. That would be the scariest thing of all. I think. Yeah, we're playing Suika game. I like Suika game. I'm not very good at it, but I like it. And we're playing the Switch version because it came to the American eShop. Yippee! Ah! Thank you, Ika. Thank you. Suika game is on Switch? It is. Look up Suika game on the eShop. It's like $2, $3. I was talking with one of my old professors recently. I got to do research on architecture. Aw, not on insects? What are you doing research on? Research is exciting though. This PC version is free if you're broke, you broke like me. I did play the PC version before. Zebrafish larvae, interesting. Are those like those super invasive fish? I've heard of them. If they are. Yeah, I originally played Suika game, like the internet version. But then when the Switch version came to America, I was like, I will play the Switch version. It's like $3. Heavy metal spectre goes, no, that's lionfish. Zebrafish are small. Aw. Ever been in the moment too? Oh no! I'm sorry. It doesn't say I... Oh, it says I dropped a couple of frames. We had a hiccup there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. It looks like we had a little hiccup. Ah! You can't control technology mishaps. I wish I could. Twitch is a functioning website. Next time you won't be so lucky. Ah! Research neurological effects, basically, which is mad cool since I've always wanted to do environmental neuroscience. That's awesome! I hope you enjoy it. It sounds real cool. I'm proud of you. And excited for you. Thank you for wishing on a star. I'm not doing well. I mean, with a dean of biology to try and reinstate. That's awesome. One. Getting jump scared by my sound alerts. That's really cool though. Peach. Research is awesome sauce. I did a tiny bit of research in college. I researched neural net processors, learning computers. Which means I know how all the AI stuff works and I know that it's stolen art. Geek mean. Pineapple! Pineapple! I'll put this cherry over here. Ah! Thank you. I researched bibliotherapy for children's literature. That's cool. I love hearing about what people researched. I think research is really cool. I feel like I didn't learn a whole lot in my research, but it shouldn't be that bad, since the professor will be kind of working alongside us and people who have done it before also working. Nice. And we're kind of expected to make mistakes. That's awesome. One person accidentally poured their fish down the drain. Oh no! Oopies. Nice dancing.
I miss my wife tails.
I miss my wife tails. Baby sensory videos for my brain. I know it's Kirby song. Is that what this is? Yeah, this is from 5 Hour Nintendo Halloween Mix from a couple weeks ago on YouTube. It's not my normal Spotify stuff. Because I wanted to have a Halloween mix. My normal Spotify stuff is not Halloweeny enough. Halloweener.
Louie.
Louie. The one thing I really like about the Switch version as opposed to the online version is I can see what's coming up next. Do I use that information? Not often. But I'm glad it's there. I like the gravity it has too. Poop. Everyone had to pick a focus area that they felt would be helpful for children to read about. I focused on gender studies. Nice. That's cool in poggers. Oh. Suika game is baby sensory videos for me. Adult sensory videos. But based on the stream's title, I was curious what people's favorite, like, scary or spooky stories or media were. I couldn't put, like, that whole thing in the title. But basically, like, what's a scary story or piece of media that's, like, either really stuck with you or you really enjoyed? That kind of thing. I think for me, the Rake creepypasta really got to me when I was a kid. So that's one that, like, really sticks with me. But I really like them, the Walton Files. Yeah. Smile Dog? You like Smile Dog? I think Smile Dog's good. It was really, really good for the time, especially. It used a lot of really good stuff about the internet. It really caught me when I was little. Valid. I remember getting a chain mail when I was little that was like, if you do not send this to 10 other people, this girl who was killed will come into your room and kill you too. And I was so convinced I was gonna die. I was so convinced that I was gonna die. I used to really love ghost stories as a kid. Deep and Dark Dangerous or Breathe Ghost Story were two of my favorites growing up. Nice. I was so easily scared as a kid, but I loved horror media. So, chainmail got me so bad. I was so susceptible to chainmail. I was the target audience. I think the reason I'm such a paranoid person, that's honestly fair. So fair. I remember I was so scared of, like, leaving my bedroom at night. To this day, I can't sleep with the door open or my anxiety will get to me for my room from that time. But I remember that, like, I was really into The Nightmare Before Christmas as a kid. And there was a shadow from, like, a streetlight outside.
Send this message to 10 other people, or else we will generate a hype train.
Thank you, Ika. Oh boy, the zombie roommate from Shaun of the Dead has messed me up. Oh boy. But I remember there's this shadow that was generated by, like, a streetlight outside. that looked like Jack Skellington from The Nightmare Before Christmas, and I was like, he will protect me. He will protect me. Jack Skellington will protect me. Which I just think is so funny looking back. I'll be up 3 of one is worth, honestly, yeah. Oh, Lavender Town. But I've always loved horror adjacent media, I guess. Like I don't like horror, but I like horror adjacent. Like I'm scared super easily, but I love spooky stuff. Come on. Come on! So close. I am so close. I love horror, hate being scared. Same. Exactly that. I've woken up my family multiple times doing that. You need to sprint if you're armed and dangerous. Check out these guns. Flexes. No muscle. I'm doing so good. Oh, there we go. It's all so close. Gravity. No! I'm losing. I'm so close. Those people's favorite analog horror series? I think mine would be the Walton Files. I think mine would be the Walton Files. I really love the Walton Files. I love watching videos about the Walton Files, but I'm bad at watching the Walton Files. I appreciate your confidence in me. Because it is not warranted. I played 2048 all the time, and I'm just trying to channel that now. Channel my inner 2048 nerd. Boop. Boop. What is this song? Oh, this is a Metroid Prime. I'm going to skip it, just because it's a bit too atmospheric for me. Go! Go! There was Local 58, that's also a really good one, really classic. I love analog horror series. Again, bad at watching them, love knowing about them. Push! Push it. The Evil Within is a solid game series if you like horror, without the big scariness. Ooh. I play a lot of psychological horror games, or games dealing with, like, ghosts and stuff, like Ghost Trick, that aren't as scary, but I know this is, like, a quote-unquote cringe or embarrassing series to like, but I really liked Danganronpa for the... I hated Danganronpa for the horny teenagers, but I loved Danganronpa for the psychological horror aspect of it, and how the different characters, like, dealt with their situation. I liked that part. I found it really interesting. Just I started playing Anthem? Nice. I played some Phasmo back in the day. I was a truck camper, though. I'm like, I'm not going in there. I'm too scared. And I've heard it's only gotten scarier, yeah. I'm like, oh. The ghosts had some voice lines, but I guess now they probably have actual voice lines and not just in your ear, which also bothered me greatly. I've mentioned it before on stream, but I caught myself, I've been tracking my sleep with Pokemon Sleep, and one time it caught me, like, giggling in my sleep, and I sounded like a haunted doll. Pineapple. I played Phasmo. Be a truck camper is just safe. I know how to deal with all the knowledge in front of my eyes. I don't know how to deal with the ghost. Me and my friends have played it recently and we don't remember exactly what it said, but it sounded like, I'm going to kill you. And it without the speakers. I hate that. I hate that. I played alone once because my friends were too scared to play with me, and I would mute my mic in the game so that it couldn't hear me, but I could talk to my friends. So that I could choose when it heard me, because I was too scared for it to just go in on my own. And I remember the spirit box at one point went kill, and I'm like, I'm out of here, goodbye! I'm leaving! No. I always walk into the house with no light objects. I just pick up props. Aw. I'm so scared of Phasmo. I'm so bad at it. Because I was so scared of a ghost killing me, even if the, like, cutscene isn't actually that bad. I'm always like, ah! I'm a baby. I'm a big ol' baby when it comes to scary media. But I enjoy it. I enjoy scary media. I just want it over there. And not next to me. Ouija board, no! No! There's a green folder pop in the game when the ghost was haunting. My friend picked it up and screamed, grass play! I don't remember if he died to save the ghost. I bet that's awesome. Reminds me of the meme where the guy's holding Monster Energy with the caption, kill. That just makes me think of that one woman who was, like, telling everyone how Monster Energy was, like, devil worship. I don't know if y'all have heard that. But it was like, it's a sign of the beast, 666, upside down. How it feels to chew 5 gum. Come on, get the peaches. Make the peaches be friends. Friends. Fuck. Taking a sippy. Come on, be friends. Fuck. Same kind of deal as them saying metal is devil's music. It was, like, more specific than that. It was, like, specifically breaking down the design of the can into saying that the can had, like, devil symbols hidden in it. It was, like, it was very specific. It wasn't like, oh, devil, metal is devil music. It was like, this specific thing. Oh! Yippee. We're actually going for, if you can't see us, we're going for a jack-o'-lantern. That's a melon. But we're close. My sister-in-law made a whole ordeal about a concert my partner went to being devil's music. I was like, I'm not religious anymore, so why do I care? Valid. I'm ruining everything. I'm ruining everything. Crisis averted. Can I get this apple to fall down? Nope. No, I cannot. Okay. Bad. 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 Bad, 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 bad. Let me enjoy my music. Mind your damn business, right? I was very fortunate that my parents weren't very, like, that's devil, whatever, for a lot of things. So my mom enjoyed a lot of the same things I did. Fuck. I was not allowed to say the word fart as a kid, so, you know, there's that. Come on, come on, come on. No! Okay. Better. I guess. Okay. That's something! Music is music, it's meant to be enjoyed! Exactly. So based. I couldn't say suck. I also couldn't say that. I couldn't say fart, I couldn't say suck, I couldn't say lots of things. Instead of fart, we would say funny noises. I have the pieces. I have just not assembled them. It feels like I can assemble them, but that might be my own hubris. It's talking. My parents are religious, but luckily they aren't absolutely unbearable. Yeah, that's valid. Religion's... like, I understand why people like religion, obviously. It's important for a lot of people. But it's also oftentimes misused by people who just want an excuse to be jerks. Yeah, that's fair. It feels like I could turn it around, but I think that's just me being hopeful. Most likely a lost cause. It's Jover. Still trying. I did get a watermelon on the web version. Spinning orange, he's spinning. It's Jover. It's so Jover. It's so Jover. It's Jover. Yeah, I did get the watermelon on the web version. I haven't gotten it on the Switch version. The Switch version feels slightly harder. Titan Blast! Fuck. Okay, it's fine. Everything's fine. Well, why are you not on silent? There we go. That was my phone telling me to unclench my jaw if you heard it. I was going, hey, don't be tense. And I'm like, I'll try. was like, I'll stream Suika game and talk with chat because, you know, and then I started playing Suika game and my brain just goes, wow, 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 wow. It just makes my brain make funny juices. I don't know why I phrased it like that, but I love that emote. It's so cute. Fuck. Brain funny juices. Oh! I'll take that. Not how I expected that to work, but I'll take it. I just look at Suika game, my brain goes, yippee! Yippee! And then turns off. My brain just stops existing and goes, fruits! Yippee! Fruits! Yippee! Exactly. I'm also going insane. I know that when I watch streamers play this game, they don't have to say anything and my brain's just like, fruits! Fruit game! But when I'm streaming it, I'm like, I'm not being entertaining, but also fruits. Fruit game.
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was.
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test. To train them is by cause. I'll travel across the land, searching far and wide. Each Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. Pokemon, gotta catch them, it's you and me. I know it's a destiny, Pokemon. Oh, you're my best friend. In a world we must defend. Pokemon. I know the whole song. The whole song. I went to a video game concert and they played the Pokemon theme song, but the Pokemon theme song that they play on the show is only a part of the song. I know the whole song. And people were singing along so confidently for the first half of the song, and then the second half of the song started and you could tell people were losing a lot of confidence, and then the people that knew the full song doubled in excitement because they were like, yeah, I get to show how much of a nerd I am. I was one of those people. I don't know in Spanish. Also, hi Galaxies. Hi Midge! Hello! I'm failing at fruit game. Thank you for that, pets. I'm being very bad at fruit game. Yeah, you can clip it. You can clip that. I don't mind. Always feel free to clip whatever you want. My spooky day is going well. I'm gonna go to a kind of a Halloween party tonight and I'm excited. Which is why we're streaming earlier, because normally I would stream at night on Tuesdays, but today is a very specific Tuesday and I have evening plans. Hi, Dickamores. What? There. Let's try the everything in the middle thing. I just drop everything in the middle while I reach out. And I drink sippy. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna dress up as Luna from Sailor Moon. I made a sweater for a cosplay.
Clothesmaster 9221 just gifted 1 subs.
Thank you. Can I get some hearts and love and hype in the chat for Ika? Thank you. I appreciate you, gamer. Happy Halloween, everybody. I love dressing up. So I've always loved Halloween, but it's weird, like, as an adult, it always feels like it's like I'm ready to celebrate Halloween. I used to be like, oh yeah, October, yeah, it's time to celebrate Halloween. But then as an adult, I'm like, oh yeah, it's time to celebrate Halloween on Halloween. And then I'm like, wait, it's over? No! October goes by too fast. You guys like tower defenses? I love tower defense games. I was gonna move it, and I'm like, wait, no, that's not the point of drop everything in the middle. Also, thank you for the love and support. Okay, that did not go well, actually. Thank you for the headpets. Bonk! Oh! Hibby is also playing Fruit Game. Was that 666 points? That's amazing. My favorite tower defense game? I mean, is it wrong to say Bloons? Is it wrong to say Bloons? I love Bloons. Bloons is the OG. I love Bloons. Maybe I should stream Bloons sometime. I played Bloons all the time as a kid, and I haven't played it in years. I should do a hang with Ray Bloons nostalgia. I'm literally playing Bloons right now. Nice. Because I want Hang with Ray to be a lot of me playing nostalgic games I haven't played in a really long time, so that would definitely fit the bill. I also really want to play Diner Dash again. I love Diner Dash. I loved Diner Dash. I still love Diner Dash. Assassin's Creed. It's also part-time defense. Fair. Versus which Bloons? Probably 6? Wait, I don't know. That's a good question. Why did autocorrect capitalize that? I've created a lot of grapes. Ow! Thank you. More grapes. But I love Bloons. When did you last play? A long time ago. Like forever ago. I don't even remember. Probably when I was back in high school or college. So like 10 years ago. I'm old. Guys, I'm old. I'm sorry you had to find out this way. I'm an old man. Oh, thank you for the poop. These crazy dragon towers you can literally... Oh, that's awesome. Oh, nice. I can't save. This game doesn't have saving. It just does. But thank you. You guys liked me singing the Pokemon song? Do you have other songs that won't get me in trouble that I could sing? That I might know? I know a lot of Nightmare Before Christmas songs, or at least I used to. Obviously, it's always awkward when there's another song in the background. I miss my wife tales. Yippee! I love singing. I might do silly covers at some point. I have a cover that I want to do that I'm learning.
I miss my wife tales.
I miss my wife tales. Sing my favorite song? I'm bad at favorites. I'm really bad at favorites. I don't know what my favorite song is. I like lots of songs for different reasons. Favorite song is hard. I just like music. Thank you for the headpads. Wait. Wait. Okay. Alright, I got an idea. I'm gonna pause it. We're not gonna have a backing track. So I'll just be silly goofy, you know? Bum boom bum boom bum boom bum 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 boom bum boom bum boom bum 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 boom bum boom bum 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 bum. Boys and girls of every age, wouldn't you like to see something strange? Come with us and you will see. This our town of Halloween. This is Halloween, this is Halloween. Pumpkins scream in the dead of night. This is Halloween, everybody make a scene. Trick or treat, the neighbor's gonna fight. It's our town, we call home. Everyone hail to the pumpkin song. La 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 la. Whee! I know that song's longer, but I don't remember exactly how. Halloween, 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 la la, Halloween, Halloween. Do you know Halloween by? I don't. I know Spooky Scary Skeletons. Spooky Scary Skeletons, hey, shivers down your spine, boom, boom, boom. Shrieking souls will up your soul, deal your doom tonight. We're so sorry, skeletons, you're so misunderstood. You just wanna socialize, but I don't think you should. Spooky, scary skeletons. She with such a screech. Shake and shiver in surprise and hear the zombie shriek. Something like that. Something like that. I want to talk about the FNAF movie more. No spoilers, of course. It was good. I like the FNAF movie. Yeah, you can talk about the FNAF movie. I loved the FNAF movie. I saw it too. I loved how the animatronics looked. Like, they did such a good job on them. They just looked absolutely phenomenal. They looked better than they've looked in the games, like, ever. They were real! They were! They were real! They actually made them! Yeah! They were real! Mm-hmm. No, I'm not gonna spoil because, you know, not everyone can consent if they watch the VOD or whatever. So I don't want to do that. But, like, without spoiling it, it kind of covers a lot of ground from the original FNAF games, but it sprinkles in parts of the lore that have been added over the years. Yeah, I think it's Drover too. I also think it's Drover. But yeah, they actually made the animatronics. Funnily enough, the animatronics that they made were both animatronics and suits. So they were real life Springtrap or Springlock animatronics. So they could both puppet them and wear them for different scenes. But they were real. There's like pictures of the director with the animatronics. It's so cool. And they also built the entire pizzeria. Yeah, I'm trying not to talk about any... I don't think the spring locks worked the same way that they do in the games. But I do know that they also built the actual, like they didn't build the outside of the building, but the pizzeria itself was like all the rooms and hallways and everything. Like, it wasn't just like individual sets. Like, they built it as a like connected building inside of an abandoned Home Depot. Yeah, it was life size. So technically we could visit the pizzeria, yep. That's kind of crazy. Matt Pat talked about it because he was definitely not in the movie. No, Matt Pat's in the movie, and he does say it's just a theory, and you don't know if I'm joking or not unless you see the movie. Yippee. Yeah, I watched his video on it. Because I saw the videos being made about the FNAF movie, and I'm like, I'm gonna go see it so that I can watch those. And my partner loves going to the movie theater, so I was like, will you go see the FNAF movie with me? And he was like, I guess. And I was like, yippee! Because he doesn't like FNAF. He doesn't like dislike FNAF, but he's just not a FNAF fan. So I was like totally invested, and he was like, I'm confused. And I'm like, that's fair. It's kind of crazy prank that you would trick everyone into thinking he was in the movie, since he definitely wasn't. Yeah, crazy. I'm literally just like placing fruits. I'm not really thinking about what I'm doing. I'm just vibing, you know? But no, I really enjoyed it. I think as someone who enjoys FNAF, the movie was good. I think if you don't enjoy FNAF, the movie will be incredibly mediocre. But as someone who hyperfixated on FNAF for a while and loves listening to people turn an absolute clusterfuck of a story into something, like, I enjoy listening to the theories and stuff because I feel like that the actual FNAF storyline it's a clusterfuck. Like, it makes no sense. But hearing people try to take that and make it into something that, like, has narrative flow and stuff is very enjoyable for me. So I love listening to theories about it and stuff, so I know a lot of the little stuff from listening to videos over the years. That was just crazy. It was so good. Happy Halloween! So good. Credits song, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I loved all the Easter eggs in the movie. I loved all the little tiny details. A lot of those little blink and you miss it moments. I forgot about the credit song. I also saw it in a theater where normally there's like a lot of rules about not talking, and there still was, but the theater was pretty small. Like, it was me and like a couple of other groups, and one of the groups was like a group of girls that were about, like, they were adults. I don't know if they were my age, but they were like, you know, they were not children. They were at least teenagers at the very least, but I think that they were like college age at the youngest. And during a certain scene, you could tell that they were used to watching movies together, and like making commentary and jokes throughout the movie, because they were sometimes forgetful to like be quiet, and their friends would have to remind them, be like, shh, you know, because they would just get excited. And during a certain scene, one of them yelled, "Was that the bite of 87?" And everyone in the theater just laughed as both of their friends immediately went like, shh, like, quiet, we're gonna get kicked out of the theater. I just thought that was really funny. I had to go to the bathroom during the biggest moments, and when I came back, everyone was losing their shit. Oh no. Was that the bite of 87? Like, I know what yeah, if you've seen the movie, you can probably guess when the quote-unquote bite of 87 was. But no, I just really love, I think my favorite thing was just the practical effects of the movie, which I can talk about without spoilers because it's just, it's so cool. But pretty much everything in the movie was practical effects, with like a few exceptions, but pretty much everything actually physically existed. And it's cool looking. The animatronics look so good. It was so cool. It made me really, I think it's Jover. It just made me really happy seeing it all existing. It was just really neat. I don't know. As someone who's always dreamed of like, you know, making an indie game.
Chief Sultan, can I offer you an egg in these trying times?
Thanks. Egg. I really need to see the movie. If you have been a fan of FNAF at some point, especially early on in the fandom, I think it would be worth your time to watch it. That is my thoughts. I think if you are not a fan of FNAF and you just want to see a horror movie, it is not worth your time. It is not very scary. It's not good at being scary. It's more funny than it is scary.
This is a PSA for all VOD watchers. Watch the FNAF movie. I am no longer asking.
If you want to see a horror movie, don't watch FNAF. It's not very scary. It has some, like, or maybe, kind of. But it's PG-13 and it tries pretty hard to not be super scary. Melon. I'm a semi-fan of FNAF, but I'm not super invested. If you were super invested at one point, I think you would enjoy it. Basically, if you know any of the lore, there's fun to be had. I'm really baby silly little guy. It made me jump a few times. I think it made me jump a few times, but I never felt...
Someone took over the intercom for a moment.
You're valid. I think, you know, it could be fun. It's kind of just, I think it's a fun watch, regardless of how into FNAF you are. But if you're into FNAF, there's gonna be stuff that you're like, oh, wow, they did that? You know, like lots of little Easter eggs and call-outs for the fans. It's kind of similar to the Mario movie in that way, where it's a game made for people who know the franchise more first, and then a mediocre movie second. There's a preview that scared the shit out of me. I think it helped that everyone in my theater laughed anytime there was a scare. Pretty much. It has a couple of jump scares that I felt were effective, but I don't think it has a lot of good use of tension. Like, a lot of horror is effective because it leaves you on the edge of your seat, and a lot of the horror is only built up if you kind of know what's coming from lore reasons. There's Thanksgiving one? Not sure if you've seen the preview. I saw, like, none of the previews for the FNAF movie, honestly. So I probably didn't see it. I knew that it was being made, but I saw, like, none of the trailers. I was like, I know I want to see it. If it's bad, I'm gonna see it. If it's good, I'm gonna see it. I know myself. I want to see the FNAF movie. And so once I make a decision, I kind of stop watching trailers. I think it's Jover.
Ohio 100, I'm gonna go make lunch and
Yeah!
stuff. See y'all later.
Take care.
Have
Happy
fun.
Halloween! Happy Halloween! This isn't going to be a super long stream because, you know, I will also have to eat lunch at some point. I wasn't previewed for the fast food, just 29 minutes before of ads. Oh, I did see the Thanksgiving one. I thought the Thanksgiving one, the Thanksgiving movie, which I think was, I don't remember what it was, but there was a preview. There was a preview about a movie that was like a pilgrim dressed guy killing people for Thanksgiving. That one didn't get me too much. I liked the Nick Cage movie. The Nick Cage horror movie trailer that we had. I didn't like that part. That's fair. I did not like that part, but I'm also weird with horror movies in particular, where horror movies are weird for me. I'm not easily got by horror movies. Horror games, I'm so susceptible. Horror videos online, so susceptible. Horror movies, for whatever reason, fine. Most of the time. Don't know why. Could not tell you. But no, that's fair. That one made me go like, ugh. I can't do horror movies whatsoever. That's fair. I don't know what it is. Horror video games get me way more than movies. And horror videos online get me way more than movies. I've only watched a handful of horror movies, not necessarily because I get convinced that I'll get scared, but then every time I watch a horror movie, even one that like upsets my siblings or whatever, I'm usually fine. I hated the Marco Polo one. I did not like the Marco Polo movie. Not like it did make me unsettled, but it was more like I wasn't scared so much as I was just like, I want this to be over. But there was also a preview. I liked the preview. The Thanksgiving movie preview made me feel like it felt like almost a parody. It was so over the top. It felt like a parody movie almost to me. Baby, you're valid. You're so valid, honestly. I'm that way with horror games. It's like, even trailers for horror games can maybe go, ah! I don't know why I'm this way with horror movies. Whoa! Bouncy. Bouncy. No! Ah, dang it. Fuck. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, everything's fine. It's been so cold. It is cold! I was so worried it was gonna be too hot for Halloween, but now it might be too cold for Halloween. But costumes are often warm, so I will take it. You'd think I was in McDonald's. Special announcement. Don't eat at McDonald's right now. They're being boycotted. They're supporting the war. The bad thing. They're supporting the bad thing happening. Which I'll try not to go into too much in detail because, yeah. They gave a lot of money to the bad thing. Them and Starbucks are the big boycott right now. Hello! Welcome in! Welcome in, Miss Walker. Good to see you. Bye-bye, McDonald's. Your food was mediocre. Fair and accurate. They were one of my go-tos when I needed a quick meal, but not right now. Your fries? Pretty good. True. Accurate. Cherry. Grape. Fuck. Roll. Fuck. Roll, please. Thank you. Cool. Cool. Drop that. Awesome. Drop that. Drop that. Damn it. There we go. Aw, man. Okay. That there. Okay, I have a random question for everybody. What's a scene in a game? It can be a game that's not a horror game. That like scared you a lot. Because I think for me, one of the things that scared me the most growing up, I'm really looking forward to all I know is that it's happening. Yeah, that's fair. I've been seeing a lot about it on TikTok and Twitter. I try not to talk about it too much because it's stressing me out a lot. And I know that a lot of other people also just need a break from that, because the world is right now. Even on scary day. all of Dead Space 1. It took me weeks to get through Rabbit Hole and Half-Life 2. Fair. I think for me, the funny, like, it's funny in retrospect, but, like, even looking back on it, I was totally fair to be scared by it. For anyone who's ever played Nancy Drew, or the Nancy Drew series, it's Final Room in Celeste. I looked through the little overview of the whole room and I was like, what do I have to do? There was this, in Nancy Drew Curse of Blackmore Manor, for setting the stage. It's a game about figuring out, why this one member of the family is, like, hiding away. And over the course of the game, you sort of figure out that she's probably suspecting herself of becoming a werewolf because she thinks she's been cursed by this witch that's, like, a ghost of an earlier family member of the family who was, you know, burned at the stake for being a witch. At the beginning of the game, you also see, like, glowing red eyes that are like, Nancy! And, like, growl at you. So, like, decent spooky atmosphere. And then there's a mini game that's, you know, required, where you have to, quote-unquote, hunt for ghosts. And I didn't know what the ghosts look like. And so I'm on the edge of my seat as a 10-year-old. And I'm like, I'm gonna see a ghost, I'm going to die, I'm going to look like this pineapple here, and I'm super scared. I don't know where they'll be. And it also has to be the middle of the night in the game, so it's like 3 a.m. in-game. And I am so spooked. And so I'm looking around the house, and I go into the room where my character's staying, and then I leave, and I open the door, and it becomes a cutscene. And I'm like, what is happening? And so I have no control. The character's moving on her own. And it's from Stranger Things? Giratina entered in Platinum. So fair. Visual Mist, there was this one spooky crab in that one. I did play, at least I played, like, a remaster of the original Mist. Trying to think. But yeah, so it turned into a cutscene. And Nancy opens the door on her own, and then the camera makes her step out slowly out of her room. And while this is happening, you start to just hear this echoing cackling through the hallway. And again, it's like the middle of the night in the game. Nancy turns into the hallway towards this echoing cackling as it sort of evolves from cackling into a shrieking, almost. In this, as she sort of turns into the hallway, you see this supposed to be a cloaked figure, but for the graphics at the time, it sort of looked like this kind of convulsing blob of paint in the shape of a person that's cackling and ow! Cackling and owie! Cackling and shrieking. And, she turns the corner and the cackling shrieking, so it's like, yay, kind of thing. And she's just this convulsing blob of paint in the shape of a person turns the corner, and Nancy just like, what was that? And then follows it, and I'm like, Nancy, no! I don't want to follow it! And I had nightmares about that thing for months. Months, my brain decided that it would fill in the gaps of what the hooded figure's face looked like, and I would close my eyes to go to sleep and imagine that person, like the hooded figure standing in front of me, and then, like, turning around and having this, like, completely pale white face with gaunt features and fangs, like, attacking me, and I would wake up and be like, ah! And so, that's probably the thing that scared me the most from a video game. Because it was not a game I was expecting to be completely terrified by. Nancy Drew's had scarier moments than that, but that one stuck with me. Also, hi Sal! Hi Banana Boy! I'm trying to fall asleep, my brain conjures the most horrifying images in my head just to fuck with me. Fair. I was having a lot of bad nightmares last week. Thankfully, they seem to be improving now, but I was I was not sleeping good. Oh, Peach. It was on the cherry. But yeah, I've shown the clip of that Nancy Drew moment to people as an adult, and they're like, yeah, that's creepy. And I'm like, okay, cool. Glad I'm not crazy. Like, you know, that's fair. That's fair. It's like, and I was 10. I was 10 years old. Fun fact though, I am now a huge fan of the Nancy Drew series, and I play it often when I need a nostalgic game to comfort me. And that one is one of my favorites, even though it scared me. I used to have a stream where I would be sliding, and then the slide ends and drops me into a void, doomed to fall for eternity. No! That's awful. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Peach! No. Get out of there. Yes! Yippee! You exploded! I'm now focused. I'm like... But anybody got any fun Halloween plans? Like I said, I'll be going to a kind of Halloween party. / helping my friend handle trick-or-treaters. While it's a party. I'm in the zone. Auto zone. Get in the zone. Auto zone. Nice. I'm gonna give out candy and attempt to skip. Nice. Do you have like a costume or like animatronic or something set up? Because I know one of my friends, he scared some trick-or-treaters by like putting on a Guy Fawkes mask. Okay. Good. Bad. I have a cyberpunk mask and a jacket. Yeah, I found this cheap animatronic at Facebook Marketplace. Nice. I'm gonna watch some movies tomorrow. I'm going to buy candies on sale. Extra nice. Cyberpunk mask and a jacket for handing out candy tonight. Nice. I'm going to wear a cozy cosplay, low-key cosplay kind of thing of Luna from Sailor Moon. So I have like a sweater that has like the crescent on it. I was watching, I was like... And then some cat ears and a tail. I'm gonna wear that. I'm wearing an Alistair from Pokemon shirt right now. My favorite ghost boy. Okay. Getting hungry. So close to the 300. You got this. That's the worst place it could have shot to. Bum 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 bum. Okay. Okay. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay. Trying to be strategic with this. Okay. Okay. Nice, Persona. Nice, nice, nice. I took a warm bath. I'm going to the party. And I didn't want to have my hair wet when I left. So I was like, I'll take a bath before stream. And my feet are so soft. I just rubbed them together and I'm like, oh, they're soft. Soft. My skin is soft. Yippee. Fuck. Ooh, my back is so itchy. Ooh. I am so focused. I'm like, I want to win. Bad. Double bad. Triple bad. Fuck. No! Hello! Welcome in, Pool of Die. Welcome, welcome. I'm playing spooky Suika game. I'm getting hungry. I might get a snack. Bink. Bonk. Bink. Bonk. Bink. Give me my baby sensory video. Me. Do good at games so you get satisfaction. I've never played it, but I played another puzzle game from Japan. Oh, what's it called? I love puzzle games. Puzzle games are one of my favorite, game genres, I think. This game reminds me a bit of 2048 and Puyo Puyo. And I'm bad at Puyo Puyo. But I like Puyo Puyo. Q Remastered. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know if I've heard of that one. Bam. 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 Fuck. attempted redemption. If you see it by any chance, if you have seen it by any chance, you can check it on Steam. I might do that. I love puzzle games. Like, legitimately, I absolutely love puzzle games. Ah. I'm not necessarily good at them, but I do love them. I say failing at Suika game. Does anybody have any cool Halloween traditions? I don't know if my family had too many, but I know that there was this one Halloween decoration that we had. It was a skeleton that had ooh, nice. Like pivot, his arms could pivot, and my brother would go up to him and like shake the arms and go hookity cha cha. And so every year we would like do that after that. Watch Paranorman? That's a good suggestion. I need to watch that. Reactions are so varying. Describe them. It might sound, oh god, it's brutal at some stages. Sounds like a good puzzle game, honestly. I love puzzle games that are like simple to like understand but difficult to execute. Those are the best. Watch Paranorman, that's my family tradition. Nice. I used to always also watch Halloween Town. I used to watch them for Christmas, but I have been bad about that in recent years because I watched it too many times and burnt myself out on it. But now I'm like, I should watch it again. And then every year I forget. Past few years I've been like, I should watch it again. I love that movie. And then I forget. Whoa! Pineapple. Where I live, people aren't big on Halloween. That's fair. I just like Halloween. I like it. I just play 2 to 3 movies and play some spooky games. That's fair. Nowhere near as much as the US. Yeah, the US loves Halloween. But even so, it's been kind of lower key since the pandemic, I think. Pandemic. People still enjoy Halloween, but like its fervor died down a little bit. I love Over the Garden Wall. That's also been one that I do. I haven't watched it this year, but I love watching it around just the general spooky season. It's such a good show. Highly recommend if you have not seen it. It's such a good fall show too, not even just... It's like a perfect Halloween show, but if you, you know, if you're seeing this in the future and you haven't seen it, I recommend it even just for fall. It's just a very good fall show. Just a good show in general, but you know. I'm a Christmas New Year person every single time. Nice. I like Christmas. I've always loved dressing up, and so Halloween has always been a holiday I really like, because I like costumes. But that's been harder as an adult. Christmas is a massive vibe. I love getting all cozy for Christmas. This is from Pokemon. Is this the old chateau? It is! It is the old chateau! I got it! I did it! I recognized the Pokemon song. Dabs. Costumes are fun, really. I love how different they can get. Yeah, I also cosplay. So I think part of the reason I've been less into Halloween in recent years is because I'll cosplay for a convention and I'm like, okay, I'm good. And then by the time I'm like ready to dress up again, it's like, oh, it's November 1st. The old chateau with the old... That's where it's from, yeah. The old chateau is a haunted house in Diamond and Pearl, where you find Rotom. Originally. It's where Rotom originally came from. Old Plateau? Breath of the Wild reference? This year, I buy Willy Wonderlands and Evil Dead. Nice. Yeah, I know that there's a Steam Halloween sale going on. I didn't see much on there I didn't already own that I was interested in though, because I'm bad with horror games. Which is why we're playing this. For Halloween. Because I am easily scared. Suika game is spooky. Okay, you're brave for playing this. I played Eve, but I also have played Eve before, so I knew where all the scares were, so I'm like, I can do this. I'll be okay. Ah, look at that pumpkin. What pumpkin? There's no pumpkin yet. It's definitely a survival horror game. It's Suika game. So accurate. So accurate. Saying terms, but like saying them slightly wrong. So instead of so true, you're like so honest. So accurate. So factually correct. Look at that angry cloud. Evil cloud. Gives me the creeps. He's so scary. He's gonna get ya. He's gonna drop fruits on your head. Better watch out. Or you'll wake up with a fruit on your head. The fruit will be me! Speaking of Pokemon, yes. Pokemon? I love Pokemon! What are your favorites? So generally, I'm a big fan of the ghost and electric types. I love Mimikyu. I love Pichu. I love, Sprigatito. I have a bunch of plushies. I'm looking up at them. I love Eevee. I have like 2 Pichus. I have an Alolan Raichu, a Sprigatito, a Mimikyu, a big old Pikachu, a Scorbunny. I love Scorbunny as well. Scorbunny's just a little guy. Don't put fruits on my head! It's too late. I found you. Okay, Ray, hear me out. Pumpkin! Pumpkin, 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 pumpkin. We did it! Pumpkin, 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 pumpkin. Where am I then? In your house. Magnemite. It's one of my favorite is my head is Steelix. That's awesome. I love Pumpkin! What do you get possessed by Rotom since you're Robobon? I have maybe thought about it. He would possess me. I've always thought that if I had a gym, I would be an electric type gym or it'd be a ghost type gym, but where my gimmick is that you have to navigate the gym by using Rotom to haunt haunt electronics to like navigate, to like activate paths and stuff. You have to take and put a Rotom into things to navigate the gym and stuff. Halloween next year, later. That would be dark type because I'm an edgelord. Spooky game is taking over. Look, it's a pumpkin. But look, pumpkin. The pumpkin for Halloween is jack-o'-lantern, or the watermelon. So we won, technically, kind of. Ah, scary! Ah! And my top 3 Pokemon types have been Steel, Fighting, Lightning, Electric. That's valid. I didn't used to like ghost types very much, but then I realized that a lot of my favorite Pokemon were ghosts. And then I'm like, wow, I do like the ghost type. Yeah, Mimikyu and Pichu are probably my 2 favorite Pokemon. I love them. Little guys. I think it's Jover, but we got it! Grass types are also good. I like how that's the first time I've gotten a watermelon on the Switch, but I've gotten a higher score. Let's see. I'm gonna grab a snack real quick because I'm hungry. I'm so hungry. Highest in the daily ranking because that's my daily ranking. I will always be a Fireboy, valid and fair. But I'm gonna take a quick BRB because I'm gonna go eat a snacky. And favors his pincer? Valid. But have a battle royale while I get a snack. I will BRB. I'm gonna get a snacky and play some ads. Be back soon. The spookiest thing of all, advertisements. There's still like 20 seconds on the ad, but I'll wait for the ad to say hi to everybody, but the spookiest thing of all is getting raided when you're on BRB. The scariest thing of all. I was grabbing a snacky. Also, it bugged out. Extra credits are just permanently big. Okay, ad's over. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Hi. Ow, 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 ow. You're throwing things at me and I'm not even here. Ow. Rude. Hi, you see. Owie. Extra credits, size of large. True. But hi, extra credits. I'm Ray. I'm part of Sarshide. I hope you have a wonderful day. Happy Halloween. Ow. As you can tell, extra credits likes to say hi to me by throwing things in my face. But I hope you guys are doing well. We're playing some spooky Suika game and just vibing, talking about our favorite spooky stories and spooky media. Games that scared us as kids, stuff like that. Can't leave you alone for my minutes. Take a ready, I'm sorry. Everyone exploded. Ow. Ow. Thank you, Will, for the resub and the raid and ow. Thank you. Thank you for the head pats. We were just kind of talking about, also I did get the watermelon there. There it is. We're just hanging out, we're just talking about, games that scared us, growing up, even if they weren't necessarily horror games. Our favorites just generally, scary Halloween media and traditions, stuff like that. What a strange and spooky watermelon. It's spooky because it's not a watermelon. It's an imposter. Oop. Oop. Perfectly normal watermelon, yeah. Perfectly normal. So normal. That's what we talk about. I was talking about how there was a Nancy Drew game I played that scared me a lot growing up because there was just one cutscene that was just really unnecessarily spooky. And how I was so susceptible to chainmail. And, even though creepy media other than movies, I'm so easily affected by, for whatever reason, horror movies don't always, get to me. Oh, those ones. Chainmail? Yeah, so like, I would get, I'm most familiar with chain emails, but basically what they were is usually it was like a letter or an email that you would receive that would say that if you don't send this to like X amount of people, the email kind, yes, the email kind. If you don't send this to X amount of people, you will get murdered by a small child in your sleep, which was the kind I would get from my friends growing up. And I was so convinced that it was gonna that they were true, and my dad was so frustrated with me. He was like, "You're not gonna get killed by a haunted ghost girl." And I'm like, "But what if I do? What if it's true?" And he's like, "You're not." And I was like, "But I don't want to send it to my friends because then they'll get killed by a haunted ghost girl. I don't want to do that to them." And he's like, "You're not. Don't send it to anyone, you'll be fine." As opposed to like, "This is skin work, we're supposed to die in 7 days." No, he's doing it just in case. That was, yeah. That was me as a kid. I was so convinced they were real. My dad's like, that's impossible. They don't exist. And I was like, I still love watching like ghost hunting shows and stuff though. So many girls bad at risk analysis. True. You could do what dumb 12-year-old me did and make a bunch of sock puppets to send the emails to. That's kind of hilarious. I've seen someone be like, you know, stuff like that, like, or like the ring or whatever. Like, what does it do when you've sent it to everyone? Does the curse just like go away? Like, what happens then? I love that Will is just stuck tall. Reply all curse. Reply all is truly cursed. That's the true curse, honestly. Reply all the 2-sentence horror stories. You received a company email. And someone hit reply all. What are some good 2-sentence horror stories? I'm trying to think. The @everyone virus. You get a notification on your Discord. Thinking a friend has messaged you, you check it. It was an @everyone. From a spam bot. I don't remember what the difference between CC and BCC was? Yeah. Oops. Not where I wanted to drop that. My bad. I just like seeing the fruits smush. Even if I don't win, I'm just like, yippee, fruit! Fruit. Is this... Hang on, this is from Pokemon. Is this a... It's a forest. Which... It's the Kanto Forest, I think? I don't remember the name of it. It was Mount Moon. So close. I must have grown a brain because it keeps bouncing. That's... stimming, my friend. You're stimming. I'm also bouncing my leg. A friend was watching me play a game and I was playing Genshin, I think, and I was gliding and you could just see my character like wiggling slightly because I was bouncing my leg into my controller. What does scan do? Try it. Scans. What's this? Squid, that's a what? A stim. I thought it was not a Turniforest. I'm watching you. There you go. Mandela catalog. For free. On my stream. A stim is pretty common amongst neurodivergent folks. It can be either something that's self-soothing or an expression or a way to relieve or express a big feeling. So like, for example, hang on, let me put Bumbot down. I actually have a stimming animation on this model. Even though I didn't color code it for Halloween. You pretend. But stimming is commonly self-soothing or emotional something. Emotional expression, regulation kind of things. And so like when I'm really excited, I shake my hands or I clap, and those are stims. They're ways that neurodivergent people often express their emotions, or just help regulate their nervous systems, because obviously they're often their nervous systems tend to get easily overloaded, so stimming helps regulate stuff. So if you're bouncing your leg, it probably just means you have a lot of energy, and it's a way you're regulating yourself. It's Jover. No, I love my scan redeem. It unfortunately doesn't work very well with my PNG tuber, but I got everything else working. If ever anyone's curious of it, it's the time warp. It's based on the time warp builder from TikTok, and it's a OBS plugin. Oh, everyone's getting bombed.
You know me, the fighting freak Knuckles, and we're at Pumpkin Hill. You ready? I ain't gonna let it get to me. I'm just gonna creep down in Pumpkin Hill. I got to find my lost piece. I know that it's here. I can sense it in my feet.
Knock knock, it's Knuckles. I won't explode now. Again. True. Oh, Baker made it back. My leg! You made it back. You survived. I'm being scanned. No! 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 Cursed. Cursed. Well executed. Just being annihilated into oblivion. Been beaten to a paste. I don't hate that, but I am vulnerable to palpitations because of panic stuff. So if someone else is moving their leg and down in rhythm, and we're on a second floor, there's a support beam connecting us, my brain goes, is this time panic code? Oh, I'm sorry. That's no fun. I bounce because of ADHD, and it's like a fidget. The way I'm just like keeping myself from just, like, exploding. That's getting a clipping. Where can I find this game? This game, there's both Suika game online, which is free. I think it's if you just Google Suika game, you'll find it. It's Suika game. And then it's also like $3 on the eShop. Also Suika game. So yeah, wherever you want to play it, you can look up Suika game. I'm used to it, but far enough along that if I recognize it, that's fair. As long as you're able to regulate it. Not a problem. Not a problem, friend. I don't know why I'm Irish, but it happened. I never got an official diagnosis, but I'm almost 100% sure I had ADHD. I tried to get an official diagnosis, and maybe it's on my file now, I don't know. But my psychiatrist let me try stimulants, and I immediately took a nap. But I don't think I also have anxiety. I did, I think, get an official diagnosis for that, and they're like, if they make you too anxious, don't take them anymore. And I'm pretty sure that my stimulants make me decently anxious. And so it was kind of like the positives weren't really outweighing the negatives. Nothing wrong with the Irish. I just don't know why I became Irish. Darn it. I was hoping that would work. It did! Just delayed. Pineapple! I got a snack. I've not been eating said snack. It's just sitting on my desk. I should open it. Yeah, basically, a lot of fidgets and stuff are just ways that, like, neurodivergent people help regulate their weird is, like, a negative connotation, but, like, their abnormal nervous systems. This is Raceburg lore? That I'm Irish? I promise I'm actually Texan. I just do not have a super strong accent, but it's definitely there. Someone has 3 fidget toys. It's like, it's weird. That's fine. I have a sensory toy. I have a nice cube on my desk, and then I have a Neato nice cube. I have a back scratcher that I fidget with a lot. But no, I had a band director in middle school who would always say, if you're not weird, you're boring. And I've kind of kept that to heart my whole life. Actually, being Texan couldn't be me. I'm Texan. Now I know where you are! You told me! It's true, it is true. You're not weird, you're boring. Who wants to be boring, right? I mean, you're talking to an animated girl on the internet. Animated robotic bunny girl. I'm pretty weird. Give my exact coordinates, I don't believe you. Looks up coordinates. Texas. Get wrecked. Oh shit, you found me. I got you. You're in Texas. It's Jover, guys. It's all Jover. It's all Jover. Thanks for telling me, I forget. Wait, I'm gonna actually open my snacks. I'm mute so you don't hear me opening packaging. No! Dog Island? That's amazing. On animation, I'm actually chewing. I was eating appy slices. Yep. Didn't mean to do that. I love Pop-Tarts. And a robot needs to eat for fun. The food tastes good. Taste, exactly. I need battery power, but food tastes good. Food tasty. Eating a Pop-Tart. Ow. And I wish I had, but I didn't buy it, so I doubt I'll be able to this year. I love Frankenberry, the cereal. The Halloween exclusive cereal. I freaking love Frankenberry. I love it so much. I can't eat chocolate, so I don't like Count Chocula. And I'm not a fan of Boo Berry, but Frankenberry? So good. So tasty. I have a thing called Super Taste. And basically, it just means that I have a taste bud that's extra sensitive to specific tastes. And that taste is bitterness. And a lot of chocolate tastes super bitter to me. Super bitter. And so I don't eat it. If there's like a filling or something, I can do it. But if the whole point of the flavor is chocolate, I can't have it. It's just too bitter. I'm like, eh. It's gross. Also means I don't drink coffee or alcohol. It's all too bitter. I'm old enough. I don't. I'm a hyper taster. Is that bitter as well? Yes, I am. White chocolate's fine. White chocolate's fine. There's a specific chemical in cocoa that is super bitter that I can still taste even when it's mostly been removed. I can handle Hershey's and I can handle M&M's. I can handle like Reese's. Oh, good luck. May the odds be ever in your favor. Extra credits is still large. That feels like an unfair advantage. But maybe it'll make them a target. Who knows? I was gonna say, unfortunately, I don't think you're gonna win. I win though, you get a reroll, so maybe you should vote for— nope, I died, never mind. Bitterness I feel is best paired with other tastes. I heard ruby chocolate has sour notes to go with the bitterness. Huh, interesting. The funniest thing is that the most reliable way to like dampen bitterness is with milk, and I'm also lactose intolerant. Little Poetic Corner, congratulations on winning the Battle Royale. You are the strongest little guy, and you've won enough points to buy a crown if you so choose to customize your little guy with. But you can also use it to buy any other customizations you would like in the Stream Avatars panel, which if you're on desktop is below the stream, and if you're on mobile is above it. Is above chat. Let's go, my little bunny self. You did it! Just trying to customize my guy. You should have some points by now. Let's see. Let me pick you up. Where are you? Nope. That's Sycamore's. That's Sal. That's Sycamore's again. You have 82 currency. You have enough to buy some things. You just can't buy the crown. Drops you. Thank you, I will sippy. I have some juice. Oh, thank you, I will stretch. I need to still figure out a sound for stretch. So I like the sounds on the other redeems because they alert me when they happen. Otherwise I can miss them. Thank you for paying your taxes, Thunder. They help keep the stream running. I love how scared the Peach is with the Halloween version. She's like, oh. It's like, oh. Cracking sounds? That sounds so ominous. It sounds like I'm breaking my bones. I was trying to think of like a cartoony, like rubber band stretch kind of sound, but I couldn't find one that I liked. Maybe I should check some Humongous Entertainment game sounds. That would be fun. That's a good stretch account when bones readjust. My bones do crack a lot, but I feel like I don't want people to think I'm dying. It is that good stuff, though. When you crack something when you're stretching. She says, cracking her neck. Just spine stretching kind of day. Everything's squashing. When I was going to physical therapy, my physical therapist would pop my back, and she was like, your back, like, cracks good. And she's like, that's not good or bad. It just means that, like, you get a nice, satisfying, crackling sound when I pop your back. And I was like, thanks! I think? I would like someone to just crack all the bones in my body. Me too. It's what I need, honestly. No! I missed. I did not miss that time. Yippee! Oh! I missed. I like your inner Rice Krispies. Snap, crackle, pop! Because I was having nightmares last week, my neck is all twinged. Because I was super tense in my sleep. Oh, you exploded. Egg, you're using all your money on bombs. That's why you don't have money for customizations. Bombs are not free. They cost money. Worth. Damn it. Eating a Pop-Tart. Oh. You did. You're Kylar now. Water bombs, but fleeting, up and close personal firework accessories. I can tell. It's a good Kylar. You're blue and you have an earring. It's enough.
One!
Ha ha ha! One! Oh, there you go. Thank you. I am snacking though. We are munching. I am manchy crotcheting. Thank you for the boop. Boop. Trying to move so it doesn't poke me in the eye. Boop. Unless you're trying to poke me in the eye, which is rude. Ow. That's rude. Stand by that. That's rude. Never said I was nice. This reminds me of like the Phantom of the Opera. Which,
Mother,
did you guys?
can I go out trick-or-treating?
Of course. I'm actually gonna be going somewhere where trick-or-treating is happening, so you can come with me. Game is so addicting. Same. It's just nice to watch, even if I'm not winning, you know? I think that's why it's addicting, is that like, it's so satisfying even when you lose. It's like you always like feel good playing it. At least I do. Cause it's so bouncy. And the fruits make such funny little faces. But for anyone who knows Phantom of the Opera, did you know that Phantom of the Opera actually has a sequel written by the guy who wrote the original? And that the sequel is like a bad fan fiction that's canon? You can make him sit. He sits. Very talented. 10 years old? You know it. You know it. You know it. It's like a less stressful version of Tetris. Yeah. I also love Tetris though. Didn't know that because I'm also on Tumblr. Well, I bring it up because I saw it in person. Me and my family took a trip to London years ago. And it was right around the time that that Love Never Dies, which is the name, released. Why? I didn't know! It was right around the time that it released. Phantom of the Opera does have really good music, and Love Never Dies has good music, but its story is batshit insane. It is not a good story. But the reason I brought it up was because we actually saw it the night that we flew in, which if you've never flown to another time zone, especially a very different time zone, like going from the United States to England, we were severely jet lagged, and it was an evening, and we flew in the morning of. So we had to stay awake all day, and then be up at night, to see the Phantom of the Opera sequel. And so we got to the theater, and apparently English theaters are more lax than American theaters because like we could they bring snacks and drinks and stuff into the actual like theater part. They were even selling like ice cream, so we bought like ice cream. We were like starting to nod off as we were like waiting. I was taking a picture of like the stage before the show started, and I got in trouble for that because they're like, you can't take pictures of the stage. That's copyrighted work. And I was like, oh, okay, sorry, I didn't know. Because in America, you can take a picture of the stage like before the show starts. You just can't take pictures like during the show. But we got some ice cream. We were just hanging out. But we were like sitting there, and like, I'm awake. Yeah, I'm awake. Until the show finally started with the Phantom of the Opera stereotypical bah! Bah, 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 and then we're like, whoa, I'm up now. I'm awake now. So if there's one thing Phantom of the Opera is good for, it's waking you up. So yeah, Love Never Dies is wild. It's kind of it kind of is crazy that it exists at all. I won't spoil it, but it is weird. Imagine if someone fell asleep. My chat disconnected. I am reopening it because I can see you messaging from the stream avatars. How about chat? Imagine if someone fell asleep and then on the organ and it just went wah. That sound gets you awake very fast. It's like instant wake up time. I can see chat! I can see you now. I can see you now. I can see you. You're right there. I was too quick. I see you lurking. Hi, Sky. Just quite high, Sky. Shy emoji. Hello, Butter. Butter Toast. Welcome in. Welcome back. I hope you're doing good. Happy Halloween. I don't like calling out lurkers, but when it's one of my mutuals, it's like, hi. Shy emoji, hi. It's good to see you. You don't have to say anything. I'm just happy to see you. I'm so glad someone knew. I actually told when I was in physical therapy, my physical therapist the previous week at my previous appointment had been talking to one of the other her clients about Broadway because he was wearing a Broadway shirt, and so they were talking about Broadway musicals, and she mentioned to him that one of her favorites was Phantom of the Opera. So at my next appointment, I was like, did you know? Did you know that Phantom of the Opera has a sequel? And she was like, it does? And I was like, it does. And it's not good. And she's like, tell me everything. And I told her the whole plot, which I won't go here, because even though I think that it's not a good show and not worth seeing, I'm not gonna just spoil it, because some people would still want it not spoiled, probably. I don't like spoilers, so I don't like just shoving spoilers onto people who didn't ask for it. But I told her the whole plot, and when I was having my final appointment because my insurance wasn't going to cover anymore, she's like, I still think about it. She's like, every day I'm thinking about it. She's like, I need to watch it. It sounds so chaotic. And I'm like, you should. You should. Like, I think about it every day. It's my Roman Empire. Shouldn't say that, but you know. It was the vibe. Touch it! Yes! Yippee! Can I get this chair to move this guy? Come on. Come on. Make a peach. Nice. It is 6-6. Aw. It's gone. I did one of those rounds where you dropped everything in the center, and the center round ended on 6-6. Oh, okay. That's not where I wanted you to go, but that's okay. Is this a Zelda song? Is this from Twilight Princess? Let's see. This is Plowless of Twilight from Twilight Princess. I am so good at this, except for the one time that I heard a song from Mario 64 and thought it was from Ocarina of Time and got roasted. Which version of the game? This is the Switch version. It's a Switch version, and it has a Halloween skin right now. Like, there's just a switch on the main menu that says Halloween. It's like watermelon or jack-o'-lantern. There's actually a game of Phantom of the Opera that plays years later because someone hired a detective to uncover the whole story of the Phantom. It's more text-based than everything, but you get some fun history facts along the way. What is it called? I actually really want to check that out. If there's some cats around that you can find to get clues from, I want to know. I want to know. Versus we're asking for a friend who's me. It's like, so I've told this story before, but I was at a board game bar with some friends, and they were playing Dire Dire Docks from Mario 64. And our like waiter, because the way the board game bar worked is that you went to a table and then you could like press a button when you needed service, and the service could be like you needed a drink, or the service could be, hey, I need a different board game, because they had a board game menu and you would pick board games to like play. And so we were like ordering drinks at the beginning, and I was listening to the song and I was like, I think I know this song. He's like, oh yeah, what is it? And I was listening to it and I thought it was Zora's Domain from Ocarina of Time, because it's the same sound font and composer as Dire Dire Docks from Mario 64. And he just like made fun of me for not knowing it. He was like, wrong, it's actually actually. I was just like so embarrassed. I guess I hope you're doing good. Happy Halloween. In the browser version, sometimes the orbs will rotate and kind of gear off each other. Does that this version? It does. Mm-hmm. It's for the Switch, and it's called, I am writing that down. I am legitimately gonna write that down. I want to check that out so bad. I love detective games, and I love Phantom of the Opera. It's called... Oh, yeah. Wrote it down. Getting actually IRL bites. It's kind of funny, I think, in retrospect. Because I was also incredibly confident. I was like, I know this song. I know it. And he was like, uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, what is it? But it's also kind of like one of those things where, like, when I'm in a gaming space as a, you know, femme-presenting person, I'm always, like, trying to prove my gaming knowledge, so when I get something wrong, I feel, like, extra, like, no about it. Darcel's really pretty as well. I am definitely gonna check that out. Thank you. I actually am so excited to know that there's a Phantom game. I love Phantom so much. In my childhood bedroom, we saw Love Never Dies, but we also saw Phantom in London. And it was kind of cool because Christine was actually French. But Raoul was super British. And I have a poster hanging on my wall from that show. I framed it in like a pretty frame that looks like it's from the opera house and stuff. I really, really love it. Phantom, I think, is another good example of me liking content that feels like it's horror adjacent, but isn't quite horror. Like, Phantom is incredibly dark when you sit down and, like, know what's going on, but, like, love Phantom. feel like Cult of the Lamb is also kind of in that category where it's like horror adjacent, where it's like, it's a spooky game, it's dark, but it's not really scary. But I don't really know what to call that kind of like, I've always just called it spoopy games, spoopy content, but I've never really known if there's like a good word for that. But I like that kind of content. It's Jover. It's so Jover. Spooky core? That'd be a good word for it. To the category of it bothers the super religious. True. Very true. That's why I like Pokemon so much. /J /J /J. I mean, I'll be honest, I also enjoy listening to well done and respectful true crime for similar reasons of, I just find that kind of stuff fascinating, like this kind of psychology of the human mind when pushed into extreme scenarios, which is often found in horror or dark content. Game's also in the same category. Or tends to be more playing off of the freaked outness, while suspense is about tension of not having the horror payoff. I think for me, it's kind of the fascination. You want to do a heck? No, that's not it. It's not, I promise. I've also heard that true crime can be like comforting to people who have been through traumatic experiences, such as like witnessing horrific events, and that's maybe happened to me without going into details, so also there's maybe that part of it. Haha. Never played, I hope you like it, and and it is really, really text-based. I haven't played through it yet. Still got 20 hours on the game. Split in chapters, which is nice. Ooh. I like text-based games though. Some of my favorite games are extremely text-based. Not going into detail, but that has maybe happened to me. I've had actually multiple experiences that could be considered like, I can think of two that could be considered things that I would hear maybe in a true crime scenario. But again, I don't want to bring up those kinds of dark topics here. At least not often. I guess it's if there's gonna be a day, but short version. I've had a stalker. And then the other one is, I've witnessed a person that was incredibly injured, if you know what I mean. I wasn't interrogated or anything, but I did witness it. The world is scary! And I enjoy true crime because I think to some extent it's like, you're not alone. But I would never want to do anything like that at all. I know that you were just /J, but I am such a pacifist. I mentioned my stalker. When I was in high school, I had this guy who, without going to the parts that were actually like upsetting, he was just very bad at taking a hint. Oh, it sucks. That's why you gotta find good things like cats and flowers and games. Yeah, agreed. And bunnies. But he was just really bad at understanding. He was kind of, for the easiest explanation, he was a nice guy, I guess, would be like the easiest way to put it. He thought he deserved like attention because he was nice to me. We used to be friends in elementary school, but then like we didn't see each other for a long time, and then we ended up going to the same high school, and I was like, oh hey, it's good to see you. And like when we were in elementary school, we weren't really like close. It was more like always bunnies. It was just kind of like I would sit on the playground and play with weeds, and he would like vent about his life to me, and I would just kind of be there and play with the weeds. But I was like, I don't know, like in elementary school, I was like, yeah, that's a friend. If you ever want to play a horror game, try Killer Frenzy. It's more comedy and puzzle than horror game. I love that kind of thing. It's just weird thing how women and femme-presenting people are interested in murder shows. My mom was really into true crime, and I joked with her since she was also a nurse. She could do them cleaner. She knew stuff. Yeah, I've heard that it might be just like a psychological thing of because women are more susceptible to like danger. They like kind of knowing things that have happened to kind of be more aware. It's like subconsciously. But sure. Oh yeah, so he was just kind of like a nice guy who assumed that like I would like him, and I didn't really know that he had a crush on me until it was Valentine's Day, and he gave me a vase with candy hanging off of it. That the candy was also covered in dirt. And there was a note that was like, I hope I could one day walk you down the aisle. And I was incredibly off-put. And I was just basically like, gross, no. A few days later, he came up to me. So like my school had a thing where it was like, if it was before the first bell, you had to hang out in the cafeteria, before like you could go to your classroom. And so I was hanging out in the cafeteria because I'd gotten there too early. And he came up to me and he was like, you never told me why. Like, what's wrong with me? Why don't you like me? And I'm like, I just don't like you that way. Please leave me alone. And there was like every bone in my body wanted to slap him, but I just couldn't get my hand to move. Silence does, but yeah. So what you're saying is that you were neurodivergent and he didn't understand boundaries? Yeah, kinda. But he was just like, you never told me, like, why? Why don't you like me? And one, looking back on it, one, I'm arrow ace, but two, I didn't know him that well. Like, we never talked. We weren't friends. Like, the only times we hung out were in elementary school, in which this was high school. So that was like, 10 years apart. We were completely different people at that point. Ace heart. I made a heart hands in real life. But yeah. I wanted to slap him really bad, but there was also a vice principal there, so it's probably good that I couldn't get myself to slap him, but I wanted to slap him so bad. I wanted to be one of those people that just went slap. I didn't though. He also, on that same day that he gave me that bouquet, he also had a box of chocolates and a rose for two other girls that he was holding with the same teacher that held the bouquet for me. Maybe not slapping, but hey, get the VP's attention something, what's up? He was a weird kid. He also later, if you're in the United States, you'll know what like an AP class is, but if you're in the United States, an AP class was, advanced, AP stood for advanced placement, and they're basically classes that were more difficult, than general high school classes that could be taken for college credit, and the way that you would get the college credit is you would take a test at the end of the year, and that test would determine how well you did on that test would determine your, like, eligibility for college stuff. The Cursive College Board. Supposedly college level, yeah. So not only did he put you through that, but he also put two other girls through it? Potentially? Potentially. But it was clear that he was, like, specifically, like, targeting me, at least that day, because he also started dating one of my friends who lived in my neighborhood so that he could find out where I lived. Which is where the stalker part starts. But anyway, so one thing that he did, he ended up getting put, if again, another like United States thing, there's like, it's like not being expelled, but like where you go to a different, it's not juvie either, but you go to like a different school where people who broke big rules go to learn for a while. He ended up getting sent to that, which I don't remember what it was called, for a little bit because he was watching porn at school. He had porn on a flash drive at school, and so he got sent to the detention school. for lack of a better phrase. No, not redistricting. It's like a school for people who got in trouble and they go there for like a few months. And he got sent there for watching porn at school. And he might give reactions. You go to community college and take those courses really cheap and then transfer to the college with a higher GPA, right? That would be the smart thing to do. But anyway, he was in like my Chem AP and my English AP classes at the beginning of the year for the next year. So this was the year after he pulled the Valentine's Day stunt. This was the next school year. My brother was sent to one of those because his ADHD was making it difficult for him. Aw, that's a bad reason. Yeah, I can't remember what they're called. But my senior year, so this was the next year, he was sent to one of those for like half the school year, over half the school year. And so then like towards the end of the school year, this was around like prom time, he finally returned, so he was in my English and chemistry class again. But he got kicked out of my chemistry class, but he stayed in my English class. But both of those were AP classes, and apparently he stole his parents' credit card to take all the AP tests so that he could hit on the girls that came from other schools, for the AP tests. Because everyone in my school knew he was a creep. He's getting into fights almost every day. He got better at the other one because that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, he stole his parents' credit card to take every AP test so that he could hit on the girls from other school that came to take the AP tests. Because girls at my school knew that he was a creep. I also remember that we had to do a book report on any book that we chose, and he picked Lolita and presented it to our class. I cannot emphasize this enough. No. Yeah, he did a book report on Lolita, and we had to present the book, because the idea of the book report was for our English teacher to try and get us to, like, find books that we enjoyed on our own. So the idea was you find a book that you like, and you present it to the class and pitch it to them in a unique way without spoiling the end of the story, because your goal is to try and get other people in the class to want to read the book. That was the premise of the project. I got to do a book report like that, AP Lit. I got permission to do Twilight. He did Lolita! He did Lolita and started just barfing the entire story at us. The entire thing from cover to cover, and my English teacher kept trying to cut him off, but he would not stop. I also remember that I was kind of mean to him. Like, I'll be honest, I was mean to him at a certain point. I've not heard of this book, but the title, and the fact that this person chose this to be concerned, it's where the term comes from. It is a book about being interested in younger people. It's where the term originated. Yep. It's where the term comes from. Hang on, turning on my VPN. Valid. Fair. But yeah, I remember the last story I'll tell about this guy was that, it was prom day, and prom in America is often senior skip day. Let me try you a circle in a shape middle finger just in case. I'm not even like looking at what I'm doing with the fruits. I'm just dropping fruit. But prom is often senior skip day, so like seniors don't come to school. I was still there, but because my English teacher knew that a lot of people weren't gonna be there, she's like, we'll just do a silly, funny activity. And so what she did was an activity where you were supposed to, quote unquote, build your ideal, like, boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever. And it was just like a list of traits that a person could have. And some were physical and some were personality-wise. And the idea was that the personality traits were more expensive than the physical traits, and it was supposed to be like to make you think about, you know, what you want in a person. And he raised his hand to ask the teacher about, like, basically, like, try and not debunk, but like, this is a tea party stream. Be clear, it's a book about what the thoughts of someone who's like that are as they victimize a child. It's not a book, yeah, it is not a book that endorses that at all. But he did not, get that part of it. I read 2-line summary if that was enough. Forgive me if I don't trust people not to build a doomsday weapon after reading the book How to Build a Doomsday Weapon. I think I've lost the ability to can. Valid. So the idea of this assignment was just, it wasn't like an assignment, it was literally just a thing to do on prom day because she knew that lots of people would not be present. And so it was just supposed to be like a thing to talk about, like, basically, if you wanted someone who was a decent human being, you couldn't spend your quote-unquote, like, budget on superficial things. That was basically all the kind of thing was about. But he kept trying to, like, pick apart all of the different things that were on the list. So, like, I don't remember all of them, but I remember one of them was, like, shares your religion was one of them. And he just raised his hand and was like, what if I have my own, what if I made up my own religion? Or like I have my own personal religion. Yeah, it was just supposed to be like a silly, goofy thing my teacher did. But he raised his hand and he was like, what if I have my own religion? And like, obviously, the actual answer is, you don't pick that one because that's not a thing that you're looking for. That's it. I'm trying to feel like the aspect of those who are lonely. It's because most people don't come to school on prom day, is the real reason. But when he asked that and I just like interrupted, and my teacher kind of looked at him like you could see the buffering emoji going on in her head. The pedantic arguments that could be made. What about my roach? Then you started a cult and you failed. And all I said, and the person in front of me, I think, felt bad for him because nobody liked him because he was not a likable person, but nobody liked him. So I think the person in front of me felt bad for him. Because I just, when I could see that my teacher's head was just kind of like buffering emoji, I just looked at him and I sat like 2 chairs behind, or like a chair behind him or something. And I just went, that sounds like a personal problem. And my teacher just moved on with that. She accepted it and just moved on. And the person who felt bad for him turned to me and was like, hey, that's me. And I was just like, shrug. I was not very nice to him, but also, like I said, he stalked me, so I don't feel bad. He was not nice to me either. He dated my friend just to find out where I lived and then broke up with her. No. Is this Doom music? No, this is from Halo. That'll be all by I know. Where do I send tea and paper? I'm sorry. Hey, that's mean. I'd feel bad if he wasn't actively stalking me. Ray lore. Terrible, horrible Ray lore. I have lore. The lore is just, I had a bad high school time. He technically wasn't actively stalking me until after graduation, but I remember that, like, at graduation, he, like, ran past me and was just like, it's like, congrats on surviving. And then, meanwhile, me going to, like, a good school and, like, having I was in, like, not summa cum laude, but, like, cum laude. like, good student. I was like, I did not just survive friend. Not friend. He was not my friend. But it was mostly after high school. Like, the summer between high school and college. But I'm not gonna go into that story because that story is not a good story for other people, and I don't want to stress people out. Just the base story isn't good. It gets worse. Person that occupied space with me, yeah. Person who went to the same school as I don't have a problem telling it, but I don't want to upset other people, you know? I've told it before, but, like, to my friends. Like, I am comfortable telling the story, but it is not a fun story to listen to. So I don't like putting it on people, you know? I'm skipping this song. It is giving me a headache. Sorry, F-Zero. Oh, it's over. Okay. Especially where it could be recorded on stream and such, yeah, basically. Like, I could tell it without revealing personal information and stuff, but it's just like it's an uncomfy story for a lot of people, and so I'm just like, it's probably better to not to tell it. Maybe someday, but not today. But, moral of all of that, don't be a creep. I'll tell one more fact about this guy. The year that he gave me the big bouquet of flowers that were, and candy that was covered in dirt, it's important to mention because half the candy was not wrapped either. So, it was completely inedible. But in that class, he would sometimes read a book called A Woman's Mind and my teacher called him out on it once and was like, why are you reading that? And he looked at me, like, directly at me, just like, he's like, because I want to understand. Like, this dude was weird. High school age. So, like, 17, 18? 16, 17, 18? Around that. This was, like, junior year of high school? Like, I could see where the attempt was made for it to be a cute gift, and that it was like, he asked me at one point after class, like, what my favorite candy was, and because I just didn't want him to talk to me, I was like, this. And it had some of those candies, and it had some of the flowers that I would have, the weed, not like weed flowers like the drug, but like weeds that grow, but they have flowers, you know? Wildflowers, I guess, but they're like weeds. Like dandelions are one of those. Weed flowers. It wasn't dandelions, but they were like that. And he put some of those because those were like ones that I liked as a kid. When I knew him. We growing weed? But he also wrapped it in like Burger King wrapper. It was really weird. It was really weird. The glass vase, which the bouquet was also in a glass vase that he brought to school. Like, wherever I go, this game follows. I like Suika game. Like I could tell there was some attempt made. You could hear soda rat. It was weird. Anyway. Moral of the story. If someone says they don't like you, leave them alone. I don't because I'm ancient, but I remember being awkward in high school and having hormones that were rampaging out of control, but crap, man. I look well balanced compared to them. Yeah, it's like, I'm an ace person, so like, in high school, I always thought that like everyone like fawning over boys was weird. I'm just like, I'm so mature. I am so mature compared to them, but, because I was in the flute section in high school, I was in band, and so the flute section was constantly like, oh, he's so dreamy, oh, he's so, you know, whatever. But, like, he was still, like, exceptionally, like, I'm sure there was something going on that caused all of that, but an explanation is not justification, you know? Like, even if you know that it's like, hey, they had something, like, their brain was wired weird, like, my brain's wired weird. I did weird stuff because my brain's wired weird, but that doesn't justify the actions, you know? An explanation does not justify it, because, you know, there's other people who have similar circumstances that don't do those things. It does not excuse it. Bonk. Bonk. Thank you, I will sippy. It's yeah, explanation is not the same as an excuse. Like, I'm the type of person that likes explaining my actions, and I've been accused of it making excuses, but it's more like, I don't know. I like reaching understanding, but that doesn't mean that I just want to pretend like things didn't happen that did. Because just because there was a reason for it doesn't mean that the damage wasn't done, you know? And some things that in my head sure sounded good, but looking back were definitely not correct, yeah. I think everyone has. It's important to be kind to people who just may not know how to express themselves in a better way. But boundaries still exist, exactly. It's like, I've been friends with lots of... Like, I was in high school, I was in a thing that, like, helped lots of, like, at the time referred to as special ed, but neurodivergent kids. We would go to elementary schools and, like, hang out with them and be their friends and stuff and, like, play games with them, and that was really fun. I actually really enjoyed that. Because I've always been the type of person that wanted to be friends with people who didn't have very many friends. Like, I know that sounds cheesy, and I don't know how to phrase that in a way that doesn't sound like I'm just pandering, but, like, I was always a kid that didn't have friends. I was always a kid who wanted someone to like, reach out to me and be my friend, so I often wanted to be that person for people, you know? It took 25 years to realize that me trying to explain why I did something so they would understand my POV was not me trying to make an excuse, yeah. I'm pretty sure my parents still don't get that. Like, here's why I did things. This does not excuse my actions, but just so that we can understand how it happened and do better in the future on both sides. We can learn from this happening. Push. I'm waiting so that I can drop this, because otherwise right now it's gonna bounce. That's what I didn't want it to do. Nice. Oh. Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of things that people have done that, like, looking back, you're like, that was a mistake. That was, like, not the right way to handle that situation. I'm like, I know, I've done that plenty of times. Like, I'm a person who is very emotional, and oftentimes my emotions would get the better of me. I've learned as I've grown older that that's probably a result of autism and being bad at regulating my own emotions, and I've been working on it, and I feel like I've done better at it as I've grown older, but there's plenty of times where I inadvertently was putting a great burden on my friends because I was like, you are my emotional regulation, which is not okay. And I've since talked to those friends, and we've, you know, we're cool now, we're chill, everything's fine. But we're looking back because we've grown, exactly. But that doesn't mean that the damage you did didn't happen, you know? Like, if you cause damage to someone, if they don't want to be your friend anymore because you did something that you shouldn't have done and you recognize that you should have done it and you've grown, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're owed forgiveness, you know? I also was that kid without friends in middle school and high school, and it did not help that people who were into the same things as me, anime, manga, were also, yeah, right? Yeah. So I think half of the reason both schools, principals, vice principals really didn't like me, yeah. I was the weird kid, but I was also a teacher's pet. I was a big teacher's pet growing up. Probably because of autism, but I got along better with teachers than my fellow students. But I did find, like, I ended up becoming, like, a friend, a part of a friend group of basically a bunch of outcasts. We were all the anime dorks. We were basically just all very neurodivergent. But we just played Pokemon on our DSs at lunch. Like I hung out with, this is my plan to, oh. Yeah, that's fair. That's scary. There was another kid that had a crush on me in middle school that ended up getting expelled for setting fire to one of the bathrooms. On 420. Because he tried to put out his blunt on the toilet paper. Fair. I did not know that these things were until they were spelled. That's fair. It's always wild. I'm of different mind. It's not worth carrying around hate. Forgiving people doesn't mean you have to be friends. I guess, yeah. No, I agree. I totally agree. But I guess I mean that, like, even if you've grown from something, it doesn't mean that the other person needs to want to reconnect with you, you know? As someone that's bore a grudge against my dad, oh, that's fair. I definitely agree that, like, holding grudges is not really healthy, but, like, if another person doesn't want to forgive me, I'm not owed it, you know? That's sort of what I mean. Like, even if I've improved and changed, like, if they don't want to, they don't have to. That's their choice. But no, I definitely agree that, like, grudges can be very unhealthy. They're no good. No fun. I guess this is just, we talk about deep subjects while we play fruit game. We get deep while we play fruit game. This doesn't mean, don't forget what they did, but carrying around that energy is bad. No, totally agree. Totally agree. I guess all I'm saying is that, like, I can't force someone to forgive me, even if I want them to, you know? And I can't force them to, you know. Yeah, we're saying the same thing. Okay, cool. We are agreeing. Snoop Dogg started at 420? That sounds right. Bonk. Bonk. Nice. Nice. Let's see, what time is it? How long have we been going? Okay. This might be one of our last rounds. I was planning on going for like 3 hours. We're close to that. I hope Zoe's still streaming, because Zoe was reading spooky stories, and I want to raid Zoe if she's still streaming. But thanks for listening, guys. I know that we've been talking about some heavy stuff today. I know that it's Halloween, but you know. I didn't expect Suika game to be deep chat with fruit game. That makes sense though. That seems on brand for me. A lot of teachers also hated me because I was the kid that never did his homework. Not because I was lazy, but because I understood all the material and didn't really get why I was That's honestly fair. My brother was like that. I felt bad, and I ended up apologizing to my brothers later, which one of them was like, why are you apologizing to me? Because I was a teacher's pet due to my anxiety, I was like, I need to be the perfect little student, or my world will explode, is what I kind of convinced myself of, because that's kind of what my parents made it seem like, because like, you are the perfect little student, or you die. But because of that, my teachers sort of assumed that my younger siblings would be the same as me, and they were not, which is totally fair and valid. But I felt so bad for setting them, and then also my parents were like, why aren't you doing as good in school as your sister? I was like, because I have crippling anxiety. It's not good. Some games are good at keeping part of your brain busy to let the other side talk for you, but that's totally true. I had 3 math teachers that hated me because I got placed in pre-algebra 3 times that I could not. Oh no. Like, wow, imagine if you could have therapy session while playing Mario Kart. I would. I would do so much better. That teacher kept giving me detention every day, but I could still get A's. I had a Spanish teacher that was like that for me because I didn't really pay attention because I did really well in that class without having to. And she hated me for it. She would give me like points off on anything and everything that she could even remotely justify, even if it was a group thing that I did with someone else and we had the same answers, I would get a lower grade than my friend. Or playing Tetris while engaging with intense memories. Tetris would be perfect for me. I just, like, Tetris just makes my brain flow into a flow state, you know? And I think Suika game is the same. I used to play Tetris when I was really stressed because it would just help my brain kind of like focus in, you know? Because if I was feeling really overwhelmed, I could just like Tetris it up. And this is like that, but with fruits. Fighting out the Spanish teacher were the ones in charge of detention, and they were one of the few that I got along with. They were always like, why are you here? That's valid. This particular Spanish student was not a nice person. Like, no one liked her. Or Spanish teacher. I would just call me to the board to solve equations for the class, but I was so fast at them, I would walk up, stare for 2 seconds, write the answer, and sit down. Yeah, that's sort of what happened with this Spanish teacher, was that she would try and, like, catch me. And, like, give me a question she thought that I couldn't answer because I wasn't paying attention, and then I would totally know it. And she'd be like, She would get so frustrated. Over. One more time. There's an EC episode that talked about someone who wrote a book on it. Super Better, I think. Games like Tetris and Bejeweled can have positive tests on trauma processing. That's actually really interesting. I did not know that. I should go watch that episode. I should go find it. I mean, Extra Credits. Who's that? I've never heard of them. Who's Extra Credits? Do they have a Twitch channel? /J/J/J/J. I think some of the fruits have deep emotions. I think so too. The only exist on YouTube. Makes sense. It's one less student. It's direct energy. Yeah, just leave me alone. Let me boost your class average by existing, right? I think some teachers were teachers for like the sense of control, you know? So they wanted to be in charge, and so if you weren't quote unquote giving them respect through absolute obedience, they did not like it. Extra credit for what? Yeah, for what? What did I do? Why would I get extra credit? No, fun story. I was the president of the game dev club in college, and we would watch extra credits videos sometimes for club meetings. When I wasn't president, like when I was just a member. And then after college, getting involved with extra credits, I'm just like, this is kind of wild. It's kind of wild. I'm a mod for them? What? Huh? How did that happen? How did I get here? Who are you? I say to myself in the mirror. Who are you? One does not simply give extra credit. One does not simply receive extra credit. This guy has deep emotion. Someone recognized my Walpole shirt. I got to tell them I was a mod for them and they were a bit starstruck. I got on the EC mod team because back when EC was doing game jams, the game jam organizers would play all of the games and then pick some to put in a games you might not have tried game jam edition. For anyone who doesn't know extra credits, basically the games you might not have tried series was a series where they would recommend like usually indie games, indie titles from a certain theme to recommend to people that are sort of like Reach Best. The episode was Because Games Matter. I will screenshot that so I can remember. think I remember this episode, but I want to rewatch it now. Screenshotting that so I can remember it. But anyway, back when EC did game jams, they would put them into a video, and so, I ended up making a game that was kind of more of just like a Zen kind of thing, than like a game, you know? It was sort of more of like an art piece. But the game jam organizers really liked it, and so they put me in the episode. And so in the episode, there's an extra credits bean of me in the episode, and I worked at a place that used Slack at the time, and so I made my Slack avatar the, extra credits bean I had. And someone messaged me, they're like, oh, I love your avatar, it looks just like extra credits! And I'm like, so funny story. And then after that, I became friends with one of the organizers, who no longer is part of the extra credits group. But he was like, hey, do you want to moderate our next game jam stream? Just because I'm nervous. And I was like, sure. And that's how I became a moderator. And then, yeah. Now I have 2 extra credits beans. Haha! Sorry, I had a notification on my phone. I'm like, what? 2 beans! 2 whole beans. A plurality of beans. So true. That's enough for you got me moderator because I got an argument with Arthur. That's awesome. Arthur took over after the person that got me in. I've been around a while. We didn't really use the Twitch channel at the time except for the game jam streams, which is how I ended up becoming a mod. But Will was like just becoming the Twitch overlord, so I had to talk to Will, and he was like, I don't know you. And I was like, I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna help out with this one stream, and then I can go away if you want. It's like, okay. It's like, I don't know you. I'm sorry. The mods know all of the particulars of the story, but that's how I like to tell people. That's fair. But yeah, I became a mod because I liked I liked game jams. And then I just kind of stuck around. Will's stuck with me now. I'm his problem. Someone says I don't know you to me. I still don't know why Will asked me to mod. Because you're cool. I said it. Because you're cool. Hang on, I can check! We have the resources. Melon. How dare. We have to, like, insert the SpongeBob clip, we have technology. My family, which I realize now was a lot of echolalia, but we loved quoting things. We loved quoting, like, TV shows and especially me and my siblings, but my parents apparently, like, bonded over quoting movies together. And, you know, one of our favorite things to quote all the time was SpongeBob, right? And I remember when I went to college, I tried out for the college marching band, and I made, like, an understudy, but I was, like, not interested in being an understudy, for how much time and effort it was gonna take to not even, like, know if I would get to perform was, like, not worth it for me. But anyway, I remember that the section leaders, which are, for someone who's not in band, are basically, like, the people in charge of the different instruments, groups. So, like, the flute section leader would be the person in charge of all of the flutes. Usually there's more than one because there's lots of flutes, but, you know, that's whatever. The section leaders were all introducing themselves, and the saxophone section was introducing themselves with SpongeBob quotes, and then they misquoted them, and it made me so mad. And I'm not neurodivergent, what are you talking about? I forgot, I used to be a straight mod, so I fulfilled the diversity hire requirement. Then Pride Month this last year happened, and I did some research, and now we're out of compliance. We're all cuter than kittens. I'm the diversity hire. Token straight? Me and Nova are the two ace mods, and I think that we're just spreading ace propaganda. Join us. Heart emoji. Damn it. Join us, we have cake. Let's hop over here. East gender. Okay, I need to figure out what hotkey that's doing. I need to change it. To stop doing that. Ace apocalypse. Big stretchy. Okay, I'm gonna see if Zoe's still alive, because Zoe's reading scary stories to chat, and I want to send y'all over there if she's still alive. Yippee. Okay, cool. Okay, so our raid message is going to be, it's you! And grabbing emoji. Or whatever emoji you want. That's your raid message. For Zoe. For Gauntlet Queen. I just want to say thank you guys for hanging out with me on Halloween. I hope you guys all have a wonderful Halloween. Wonderful evening. I'll be back again tomorrow with some art. I'm still working on that venti piece. And I need to work on it because the deadline is Thursday. So tomorrow is going to be venti heads down working time. So that's the plan. That's the plan for tomorrow. We're going to work on the venti art. But for tonight, I'm going to go to a Halloween party. And I hope you guys have a wonderful one. Found in the old mod chat, you were selected because you were particularly well behaved. There you go. Venti, you said. Yeah, venti. I'm gonna go eat some snacks. Take it easy before my Halloween party tonight. But hope you have a wonderful Halloween. Oh. Thanks, Barbados. Wait a minute. We're gonna raid Zoe. Go enjoy some spooky, scary story time from an amazing, amazing VTuber and artist, Gauntlet Queen. She's also a wonderful voice actress, and you should go check her out because she's real cool. But happy Halloween, you guys. Enjoy, and remember to stay safe out there. And also that you're valid and loved and important. Heart emoji, heart emoji, heart emoji. I care about you guys. You're cool! And I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye! Bye, 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 bye. Stay safe out there tonight. Don't get too spooked. And go say hi to Zoe.